I have arrived at Edinburgh Castle. Just ignore that huge green bus. Didn't expect the sun to come out.
Let me take a picture of you and
What do you say? Should we go inside? I think so. So Edinburgh Castle was built right into the side of the hill, like most castles were at the time, to prevent invading armies from getting in easily. And that provides us with an awesome view over all of Edinburgh. Check it out. Here is the 1 o'clock gun. Now, can anybody even fathom a guess at why it's called the 1 o'clock gun? No, I figured you couldn't, so I'll tell you. It is called the 1 o'clock gun because it is fired every single day, or it has been fired every single day since 1861 at exactly 1 o'clock. And a lot of Edinburgh, or citizens of Edinburgh, check their watches by it. And it's fired at 1 instead of 12 because Scott said, well, why fire 12 shells at 12 when we can fire just 1 shell at 1 o'clock? Smart thinking. Alrighty, here we are walking up to the main entrance to the castle around that corner there. That's the castle up there, but on the right here is the original governor's house, so where the governor of the castle lived. It's still used today as an officer's mess, so tourists can't go inside, unfortunately. We can still go in the castle. So let's head up this extremely steep hill to this gate over here, which is known as Foog's Gate, F-O-O-G''S. Nobody really knows how it got its name, weirdly enough. But they think it came from the word foggy gate. Here is St. Margaret's Chapel, the oldest surviving part of the castle. Let's take a look inside. Very small. But another interesting part, at least I think, is this over here. That little garden down there is the dogs' cemetery. There are actual dogs buried in that cemetery. It's for all the pets of soldiers and other royalty here. So you were treated very well, I guess, if you were a dog at this castle. Here we are in the castle forecourt, I guess you could call it, or square. That intimidating looking building over there with all the statues all over it is the National War Memorial. And then to my right is the Royal Palace, which we'll go inside. And finally behind me is the Great Hall. All these buildings were built in the around 1500, so quite old.
You have to sit on that when you're made. When you sit on that, you can stop. Go out What size is the ground?
So that sword, the scepter, and the crown we just saw were all the Scottish crown jewels. And as I'm sure you've guessed, there's no video recording in there either. Yeah, I know I'm a badass, but I do it for you, so enjoy it. Here we are in the Great Hall. Definitely the most interesting of all the rooms in the castle. Check it out. See, all the walls are covered in swords and spears and armor and axes. And there's actually guns over there too. But just check out the ceiling. For the 1500s, or actually 1500 exactly, this was pretty good construction. And there's a gigantic fireplace over here.
There's a grunt from the Romans. You'll find 500 or 600 of these, which are the cruise missile of the day come over, fillets. They are designed to go through this, stick in my body, and pin me to my shield. If they don't go into my body, and they're stuck in here, they then bend the fulcrum there. You've now got a dirty grey big L-shaped spear stuck in your shield. If you put it down and try and pull it out, you're going to get killed by that one. So you throw your shield away. This is the way the Roman army actually fights. I'm now left with my big sword. The way I'm trained to use it is above my head and to bring it down, which isn't how the Romans actually fight. So there's a grunt from this lot, they run towards me, I bring this down on the top of his shield like that. He comes in from underneath and sticks that in my ribs. He can use his shield to knock my teeth out with the boss. I'm now down on the ground. Once I'm down on the ground with a stomach wound, he will then stamp on me with his caligai and use his shield. It's the way that they fight.
That's why the Romans did well.
They do it over and over again. Look on me as being David Beckham. I'm a good footballer, but I don't pass the ball. These guys over here, they're the team players. And you know, if there's less of them, they can make mincemeat out of us, even though there's more of us. The other thing is, he's there for 25 years. He's a professional soldier. In the summer months, I go out raiding. I do my warfare and my warrior bits in the summer. In the winter, I'm round a fire. I'm snug and cosy. I've got my wheat actually stored up. I'm drinking my beer, and we're telling stories. This lot are still fighting through the winter. You know, different cultures. Yeah. So he's got straight away. Oh.
Now I expect you all to be experts in sword and spear fighting techniques of ancient Rome and Scotland. It's 1 o'clock, and that means it's time for the 1 o'clock gun. Holy shit, that was really loud. But it's 1 o'clock, at least we know that for sure.